Okay, so on these crepe myrtles, be good to have some mulch in here. As you can see here, the grass is pretty dry. Should have irrigation. I'll look for some in a minute. But if it does not, it's going to be a little hard putting fertilizer. The fertilizer will burn the grass, and during this heat, for the without irrigation, without it raining. What I want to show you, of course, crepe myrtle would need some cleansing. It needs like a little lift. That oak there tree would also need one. Is this? I believe this is Weesach. Okay. As you can see there, was get a close up there, is on the kind of leaning over. Focus here real quick. Okay. Now we're going to zoom out so you can see the full scope. It's leaning almost on the ground. This limb here needs to be cut off, and I'm going to zoom in on it right about there. Needs to be cut off. So you've got all of this leaning on the ground, touching. It's doing that because the crepe myrtle is not letting it breathe. But it's actually trimmed okay there. So what you need to do is cut that off, and that's going to be a job in itself. Alright, that's what I saw there. Over here, give that a little bit of lift on that oak. Mulch around the crepe myrtle. Looks like you've got some type of irrigation water systems there. A lot of leaves to be picked up still. Some from the that are falling, as you can see. All of these got to come up. Quite a bit of leaves here around the oak. You're good to have some mulch. Okay. Now all these leaves, all these limbs that are hanging should be trimmed here in the winter. That's going to be a job here in itself. See them hanging down? Now I believe this is another Weesach, I believe. But you see all the dead wood and the mothballs that'll get on your oak and infect it. That's got to come off. We got some cedar back here. This may be cedar. I think it's cedar. They're hanging down low. I would cut those out so they can go straight up. Now you've got this tree clashing, not allowing that tree right there to grow. So you see that limb right there? It's not allowing this limb, this tree, to grow right. What should be done is this should be taken off so that this can grow. And these should be cut off because they're hanging down already. They're hanging, stretching over, trying to get some sun because the tree above it is not allowing it. They're basically placed too close together. Over here, you have a lot of the mothballs. They should come off the oak. If not, it's just going to eat that oak up. And then you've got some low-hanging branches that need to come off. Some sucklings. Coming to the end of the property. Sucklings here that need to come off. Crepe myrtle full of those mothballs. Needs to be cleaned out, cleansed. It's starting to get on here and here. See that? All over the trees. They're going to start to eat this and take all the nutrients away from the tree. Then you have this one where you are, this here should be cleaned up a little bit. You have all these little sucklings growing over here. This is about the end of it. So it stretches all the way down to the very first crepe myrtles that we showed you at the end of the sign. And you can see if we can zoom in on that fire hydrant. That would be the end of it. Right about there. Okay, so that's pretty much it. You can see the trees, the ones that are low hanging. Over on this end, see how they're hanging down. Those limbs need to come off. Look at this. I mean, this is totally infected. See that? You don't know, here in Texas, this could be a problem for your trees. What will end up happening, you'll end up with a bunch of dead branches where it'll decay and then they'll start coming down. It could be a liability should this park get active and cars start parking out here. Something to think about. Looking here to see if there's any type of irrigation in the back. So far I haven't seen a sprinkler or anything like that. You see there's like, so it's not just mowing, you got to get that up, and you know, it looks like it's become somewhat of a dog park. People come and walk their pets, I guess. I don't know. We got weeds growing, weed control all along the curb line. Take care of that with some chemical. Okay. Now keep in mind that in the spring, add a little water to this and all of this growth is going to come up quick. All of these sucklings will be cleansed from the crepe myrtle. Some over here as well. Here, and these are just real low. These got to come down, cleaned up. And then you got those. So remember I said all the way to that fire hydrant. There's that fire hydrant. It's as far as the property line will stretch on the back end, which will encompass A and B of the back end. Okay. That's it. I did get a chance to go in there. I took some good shots. There was an opening in the gate, and that there is a cleanup. It's not just putting some chemical on that grass that's out there. It's a total cleanup. There's leaves, there's trash, there's all kinds of things. Trees growing between cracks already, about 4 to 6 feet high. They need to come down. This is, I mean, just the lawn itself. Now, we're not talking about their mess. The lawn itself is going to be a cleanup. Maybe as a one-off, we can negotiate for that. Okay, that is the San Pedro A and B property. Hope this has helped in what we have here today. Thank you.